Aloha, my name is Karli-Jo Carlton, and I'll be explaining to you my second essay for my PACE 412 class, which revolves around ethics and ethical decision making. So from my own experience and from exposures to others, I've learned that the hardest decision is sometimes between what we want to be right and what we know is right, and that the right path to go down might sometimes be the hardest because it's not what we want. Ethics and ethical decision making help us to better understand and make sense of what the right path is. During this time of pandemic, like everyone else, I have had my own ethical dilemma, especially with COVID-19 and children going back to school. So I am a teacher's aide and an after-school care supervisor for a private Catholic school called St. John Vianney. I know that our school is small and can is putting protocol into place properly, but I just don't believe that it's safe for children to be returning to school during such a dangerous time, and for teachers to be returning to school to teach these children. I also believe that it's especially dangerous for me because of the environment that I'll be returning home to. I live with my grandparents who are over the age of 80, and I help take care of my uncles down the street who are also over the age of 80. My mom has a immune disorder, and I have an uncle who has AML cancer in his bone marrow. My family has always been my top priority, so I believe that exposure to children me being exposed to children will cause a greater risk for those close to me to be infected, which I really don't want them to experience the hardships of the coronavirus symptoms because of their pre-existing health conditions. But this viewpoint of my family being my top priority has been conflicting with my obligation to work, not just to my job but also to work, because I am a healthy, young, active body, and I could be helping all these elderly teachers who have to go into work, or they also feel that they are obligated to go in. And I could also be helping the essential workers such as doctors or firefighters who have to go into work anyways. Even though I have this moral conflict, I know that I'm making the right decision because I'm following my own moral process that is similar to the frameworks for ethical decision making. It's also similar to Gandhi, Martin Luther King Jr.'s, and Queen Kalani's, who all made ethical decisions by following the framework of ethical decision making and implementing all the ethical reasoning approaches in their process. Their decisions molded futures of whole ethnic groups with their cultures and their histories at stake. Through these ethical actions, these three inspirational leaders stood up for their rights for their people to exist in an equal society and morally correct world. Although I have not made any ethical decisions as important or as impactful as Gandhi, Martin Luther King Jr., and Queen Kalani, but I have made some ethical decisions that have been life-changing because I followed a similar and my own version, a more morally in line with my own virtues idea of this framework of the ethical reasonings that the inspirational leaders also followed and based their own truths around. Thank you.